Hey everyone, this is Lolcohol, and in this video I'm going to be showing some more advanced crafting techniques, things that are a bit more expensive. Some people in my last few videos were upset that I didn't do certain things, but those videos were targeted at sort of cheaper crafts. However, I will now go over some more advanced techniques that you can do with metacrafting. So to start off, I'm going to use a shield like I had in the previous video. Something very important to note is that Harvest reforges something like reforges an item including a defense modifier. Those respect Metacrafts such as prefixes cannot be changed. So it will not reroll the entire item if you have prefixes cannot be changed on it. It'll only reroll the suffixes. So we can use this as a pseudo augment. So the only difference is that it won't just add one defense modifier in this case, it'll reroll all the suffixes, including a defense modifier. So that is how Harvest has been nerfed. You can still sort of do augments, but not quite. So in this case, if we want to get ES on block, we can go prefixes cannot be changed. This is a suffix. Then go to Harvest. You find a Reforge including a defense modifier, and if we use this we will get ES on block because that is the only defense tagged suffix that we can get on this item. So you'll see every time we do it we're always going to get it. Like you see here, we might also get some other mods, but the main thing is that we can use prefixes cannot be changed and reforge almost as an augment in this case. So that's the first thing you need to know. Prefixes cannot be changed, and reforging, also suffixes cannot be changed, and reforging, Harvest will respect these and not reroll the entire item. However, one thing to note, let me just get an open prefix. Any second now. Just annul a prefix. Oh. It's because prefixes cannot be changed as on there. Whoops. Well, there's another thing for you to know. If you've got prefixes cannot be changed and you use an annul, you can only annul a suffix. So, bonus point there. Should have mentioned that. So let's get rid of that and then just annul a prefix. There we go. So now if we go prefixes cannot be changed and go reroll defense, you'll see that we can actually hit another prefix because we had an open prefix. This is important because there are some cases where we need to protect a prefix or a suffix, and I will go over that shortly. Actually, I'll go over it right now. So let's say we have this int stacking chest, right? We've essence spammed it and we've got our intelligence and our percent intelligence. We know though that our third suffix has to be percent increased attributes, or we ideally want it to be percent increased attributes. Now, based on what I just showed you, if we do something like suffixes cannot be changed and then reforge it with defense, we might fill up this third suffix. And we don't want that because we want to keep an open suffix no matter what, to craft on percent increased attributes. So, what do we do? Well, first things first, we want to reroll our prefixes, but we want to protect our suffixes. But you can see our prefixes are full, so we can't actually go over to the bench and go suffixes cannot be changed. There's no space. Suffixes cannot be changed is a prefix, so we can't craft on. So one thing we can do is we can go to Harvest and go Reforge, keeping suffixes, and do that until we get an open prefix. Here you see we get an open prefix. Now we can craft on suffixes cannot be changed. But before we do reroll defense or life, let's say we want our prefixes to be high defense or high life, if we were to just reroll defense right now, we might fill up our third suffix. Let me show you. Okay, well, we got lucky. Just keep doing it until... Come on, game. Have mercy. There we go. Okay. So now you see we've filled up our third suffix, and now we can't go and craft on % increased attributes. So how do we protect our third suffix? Well, in this case, what we can do, instead of just crafting prefixes cannot be changed, we can go over to our bench, craft on can have up to 3 crafted modifiers. This is a suffix. Our suffix is protected. Now we can go suffixes cannot be changed. Now if we reroll defense, it's not going to lose this suffix. This suffix is protected. So now we can go reroll our prefixes with defense. And now again, let's say, okay, these are not very good. We can do it again. So we can go craft on suffixes cannot be changed. And this multi-mod is going to stay there. So suffixes cannot be changed. Reforge with a defense modifier. Do it again. All right, that's not what we want. Do it again. Not what we want. And keep doing this until we get something good. Let's just pretend this is tier 1 ES, tier 1 ES. But the point is that our suffix is safe. And now at the end of the craft, we can remove this and craft on % increase attributes. So this technique is used to protect an open suffix. So the main point that I want to get across here is even if you have something like suffixes cannot be changed and then you reforge including a mod, even though these mods will not change, Harvest will respect that these suffixes cannot be changed. If you have an open suffix that can change. So to protect it, you can use multi-mod and then suffixes cannot be changed and then reforge. That way you will protect that open suffix that you want to keep. Let's have a little look at beast crafting. Let's say you want to make a +3 bow. Now you've hit +2 socketed bow gems and some suffixes. Let's pretend these are amazing suffixes that you don't want to get rid of. And now you think, how the heck am I gonna get +1 socketed gems? Because that's what we're going for, a +3 bow. So you could, I don't know, craft on a suffix and exalt it. Oh no, you hit fire damage. Well, here's another metacrafting thing that is very powerful in this case, is the cannot roll attack modifiers. If I do cannot roll attack modifiers and exalt this, I know 100% of the time I will get +1 socketed gems. So let's do that. There you go, +1 socketed gems. Now, why is this the case? Let's hop over to PoE DB and have a look. So these are all of the mods that we can hit on a bow. And something you'll notice is that all of these have the attack tag. Attack, 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 attack. However, if we go no attack, you'll see the only prefix left over is +1 socketed gems. So if we go over to Path of Exile and go cannot roll attack modifiers, you'll see now why +1 is the only thing we can exalt onto this bow. However, there is a cheaper way of getting this +1 with beast crafting. We can use a Farric wolf alpha. What this does, it removes a suffix and adds a new prefix. So we can go cannot roll attack modifiers. By the way, this costs 1 exalt. And then go remove a suffix, add a prefix. And you'll see, there we go. We got our +3. And that's going to work every single time when we do that. There we go. Every single time. So remember, Farric Wolf and Farric Lynx can be used as sort of an exalt. Let's say you're doing your prefixes or suffixes first. You can use this as a pseudo exalt. And in this case, we know we want +1, and this is a way that we can guarantee it. Let's have a look at something else. So Tailwind Elusive boots, very, very popular. And how the heck do you make them? Well, of course you could get a pair of boots with Tailwind and a pair of boots with Elusive and then Awakener, all of them together. But what if you want Tailwind Elusive Onslaught? How do you get that? Well, one way to do it is once again with the suffixes cannot be changed and then harvest together. So back in the day when harvest wasn't bad, you could just go augment critical, but now we cannot do that on influence items anymore. However, we can still do re-roll critical. So if we were to do that without suffixes cannot be changed, the whole boot would re-roll. However, every time we do this, we will get elusive because that is the only critical tagged mod that there is. So what do we do instead? We've got these boots with Tailwind and Onslaught. This we could create with an Awakener's Orb, and then we could go suffixes cannot be changed. Tailwind and Onslaught are both suffixes, and then go reroll critical. And you'll see there we have Elusive, Tailwind, and Onslaught. So if you want to make Tailwind, Onslaught, Elusive boots, this is how you do it. You get the Onslaught, you get the Tailwind, and then you go prefixes cannot be changed, reforge with critical, and you will always get Elusive. Well, if you remember to craft on suffixes cannot be changed. So as you can see, there are still some very powerful things you can do with Harvest. It's just not as powerful as it was. I'm still sad. I was one of the people who said, Harvest is too strong. It's good that they're nerfing it. And now that it's gone, I miss it. I miss it, man. Give us back Harvest. Yeah. Now, suffixes cannot be changed. Another thing to note, respect veiled chaos orbs. So if we use a veiled chaos orb on this, you can see there we hit a veiled prefix, veiled prefix, veiled prefix. I'm just kind of showing you that it will always hit a prefix because we've got suffixes cannot be changed. You hit it with a veiled chaos orb, prefix, 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 prefix every time. So this is another way of using prefixes or suffixes cannot be changed to get certain modifiers, or at least force something into either prefixes or suffixes. So you can force a veiled prefix or a veiled suffix. However, again, with this, let's say we didn't have the intelligence. So let's say we have these boots, right? And we go suffixes cannot be changed. But once again, something important to note is that even though veiled orbs will not re-roll these suffixes, if we go suffixes cannot be changed and then hit it with a veil orb, you'll see that because this has an open suffix, we could actually hit a veiled suffix. So that's something important to note, is that even though suffixes cannot be changed and these are safe, we can still hit a veiled suffix using this method or with Harvest, any kind of reforge. So if you really, really wanted that specific veiled mod to be a prefix, you'd have to go, again, you'd have to go can have up to 3 crafted modifiers and then craft on suffixes cannot be changed, then hit it with a veiled chaos. Our suffixes are safe. We will now always, always, always hit a prefix. Hopefully this was helpful. A lot of these techniques are very expensive, but they can be very, very powerful for crafting, to force mods, to force prefixes or suffixes that you want. If I missed anything else, do let me know. I'm sure I did, but I feel like this is a lot of information for people who aren't aware of it. So let me know what you think and how you plan on using these. Have a good day, everyone. Stay safe. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Divine power! Divine power! It's branching exile. You're making me nervous.